What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy Enlightened Luciferian Prince coming at y'all once again. This will be my final upload for today. As of today's recording, as you can see, you probably saw me multiple times today, and for good reason, because I am basically an individual who is snowed in. Well, not so much. I mean, the roads are cleared up so far. I mean, where I'm located, the snow don't last very long. So it is what it is. Anywho, in regards to this situation, if you're watching this video around children, you already know the drill. If you watch me long enough, please remove them from your immediate vicinity, as my videos are not for children. Not to mention, as I always say, time and time again, these videos do not contain anything that construes itself as legal advice. The sole purpose of my information is for general and educational purposes only. This does not constitute anything anti-government. I can't be anti-self because we the people are the government. Let's get that straight. And secondly, if indeed you are in any type of legal situation, please consult an attorney, as I am not a lawyer. However, I am a man that likes to read. Simple as that. So, within regards to this upload, this is one thing that I would like to touch on, and I'm going to do the best I can to elaborate on this. Promissory note. Okay? Your redemption to your obligation. Simple as that, right? Now, when I discuss promissory notes, I think people misconstrue the ideology of what it is, and I'm going to go ahead and break it down from the legal standpoint, not conjecture, from the legal standpoint, and show you how you can apply and fit it into your personal life and your personal dealings with the commercial world. Now, case-by-case basis, everyone operates a little bit differently. Everyone's execution is a little bit differently. But I'm just giving you the definitive role of what it is and how it applies. And then you could basically see yourself how you fit in the grand scheme of things of how it works. Now, without further ado, promissory note, legal definition, no conjecture whatsoever. A signed document containing a written promise to pay a stated sum to a specific person or the bearer at a specific date or on demand. Now, here's the difference between the promissory note that a lot of people are familiar with and a promissory note that is enforceable. Now, normally, when you deal with a promissory note, when you are extending it to a corporation in and of itself would usually try to say, well, we don't accept that, and so forth and so on. But at the same token, what you have to do is understand that primarily according to the United States Constitution, Article 1, Section 10, it says that the only lawful tender allowed in the payment of debts is gold and silver. Now, notice the word I'm using, lawful tender. Now, if you have, cash on you or bills, so to speak, look at what it says. It doesn't say lawful tender, it says legal tender. So if one thing is lawful, such as gold and silver, which we do not use, so to speak, you only have legal tender. Lawful, legal, you get what I'm saying? One's permitted by the Constitution to be lawful. But since the inception of the Administrative Procedures Act in 1946, since all institutions came under administration, that's when everything became legal. Hence the bankruptcy of 1933, as I said in previous videos, June 5th, 1933. We're talking about a bankrupt corporation. We're talking about lawful tender being removed from circulation. The executive order of April 5th, 1933, same year, the executive order stated particularly that if people did not surrender their gold to the United States government, that they would basically be imprisoned or fined or both. Okay? Proven fact. So in other words, under legal duress, the population was therefore required to forfeit their actual wealth in exchange for nothing. You see what I'm saying? So when you see people who hold a lot of those stacks of money, we swear most people salivate over that. That is deficit. That is nothing. I never seen an entertainer hold up a gold bar. You never have, you never fucking will. It's cool because they make people believe that that's money. That's debt notes. So whenever you pay something, you're not paying shit. Because United States even says that Federal Reserve notes are not payment of debt. Federal Reserve notes are not payment of debt. Even the United States government itself said that. I didn't make this up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make it up. Watch this. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, I paid. No, you didn't. How do you pay a debt with a debt? It's impossible. You can't. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. You'll be surprised. They don't. You know what I'm saying? And it says particularly, it says, you know, in the bankruptcy, in the reality, it says, are Federal Reserve notes debt? It says, yes, a Federal Reserve note is a promissory note that does not pay any interest. It is defined as such because it states that this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private, indicating a promise for the government and private citizens to accept and honor the note as legal tender. So we have just realized something that a lot of people just don't elaborate on because of scant knowledge of the fact, or they just overlook the simplicity of what it says. Your money is not money. You are walking around with debts. And then whenever you get a statement in the mail and they say that you owe something, notice what they always say on this note. And now pay attention on this statement, this coupon they send you. If you read very closely, what do they tell you not to do? Next time you get a bill, medical bill, whatever, and they give you a statement of an amount, they always tell you, do not send cash. I repeat, on that particular statement, it says, do not send cash. What does the average person do? You send promissory notes. You do. You're thinking that, okay, I satisfied the debt. No, the fuck you didn't. You just made the debt worse. Yes, you did. You made the debt worse because it gave you particular instructions on what to do and what not to do. It told you don't send cash. So if you cannot send cash, what are you supposed to send? They're not going to tell you because it's supposed to be hidden from the population. Because again, an ignorant population makes a certain class wealthy. But they tell you on it, it says don't send cash. So a lot of people scratch their head, well, if I'm not supposed to send cash, what am I supposed to send? Let us start here before I proceed a little bit further. 18 United States Code, Section 8. It says obligation or other security of the United States defined. So they're telling you that it's making a definition and straight defining what it is. It says the term obligation or other security of the United States, quote, the corporation, includes all bonds, certificates of indebtedness, national bank currency, Federal Reserve notes, Federal Reserve bank notes, coupons, United States notes, Treasury notes, gold certificates, silver certificates, fractional notes, certificates of deposit. Hint, bills. Now, a lot of people are like, well, they're talking about Federal Reserve note. No, they're not. It says particularly defined. It says it, obligation. It tells you your bills are not your responsibility. It's right there in the law. Bills, checks, or drafts for money drawn upon by authorized officers of the United States, the corporation, stamps, and other representatives of value of whatever denomination issued under any act of Congress and canceled United States stamps. Now, it says obligation or other security of the United States defined. It particularly says bills, people. It says it. I didn't make this up. This is 18 United States Code, Section 8. I didn't make it up. Obligation. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. So if they're telling you not to send cash, I think you should put it together about what you're supposed to send. I mean, it's just that plain and simple. But in order to execute it correctly, right? So you don't face any hassle from what I call the underlings, i.e. the pencil pushers, the low people that work for the corporation. You don't send it to them. They are not familiarized with it, nor will they ever be. Their job is just basically keep the machine rolling. But you have to send this information to people who are a little bit higher up the ladder if you want actual results. Someone who can interpret what you're saying. Somebody who's just hired, as they always say, that's a little bit above my pay grade. They're saying that for a reason, because only the people at a certain level will only interpret your documentations for what they are, because that's why they're employed. They know what they're doing. But how many people actually send this to the higher up? No, you always send it to these pencil pushers who are going to be like, I don't know what the fuck this is. So they're going to send you a computer-generated letter saying, hey, we don't understand what this is. And they're absolutely correct, because their job and their employment taught them to process a certain thing a certain way. If you want full results, you got to send your paperwork upstairs. You can't talk to the people that's at the bottom. I'm just being realistic, because only people in certain positions will have the knowledge and the interpretive skill to understand what you're trying to convey. And I'm just dropping heat, and that's in less than 12 minutes. So when it comes to promissory notes, you have to understand what they are, how they apply to the system, and how you can use them for your benefit. And I'm just letting you know, this is strictly by definition. This is by definition. Simple. It's by definition. It's exactly what it says. So if you deviate off the course or you listen to somebody else be like, oh, that stuff ain't right, it ain't real, then if they disagree with you, tell them to show you what's right. Because I'm just showing you clearly, lay it out what it is. Lay it out. It's for you to understand how it applies to your situation. But if you draft a promissory note, you send it to the entity that's requiring some form of payment. Or you could just be like the regular people in society and just think that because you put cash down, you did something. I just read it to you. You didn't pay shit. You promised to, which is why you keep getting statements every month, because you never paid anything. You have to understand where I'm coming from when I say this. But for things that I rather would not say online, I keep those reserved for consultation, period. Because a lot wiser since I was yesteryear when I first began my channel. And to be honest with you, I don't cast my pearls before swine. You know what I'm saying? So in regards to that, I gave you the generalistic sense of what it is defined by law, not by my own conjecture, not by my own whatever, behest or anything. I'm showing you this is how they play. But you have to interpret the game correctly in order for it to work for you to get your remedy. Other than that, you're going to remain a debt servant. You're going to remain a bond servant. And other than that, you'll get no remedy whatsoever, and these processes won't work for you. That's why I said in my previous videos years ago, I stick to what the law says. I don't deviate from that. I don't go with these whole ideologies and what these groups and all these other No, which is one of the reasons why I had such a successful streak so far. All praise is due to the Most High for that. Straight, all praise is due to the Most High for the protection and the knowledge and the wisdom for me to be able to impart this in my own life. Most of the stuff that I tell people from the beginning of my channel all the way up until now, if you've been following me, I use my own life as my example. I don't go by what other people say. I go by the wisdom and knowledge that the Most High says, because it says, there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof leads to death. So you acknowledge the Most High in all your ways. Most High gonna tell you, well, no, that's not it. You see what I'm saying? Because what's meant for you is what's meant for you, but you have to acknowledge the Most High in order to guide your steps, so you don't fall, you don't falter. You see what I'm saying? Simple as that. And again, all praise is due to the Most High for that. But I gave you the system. You use it. If you fail to understand it or you lack a little bit of comprehension in it, email me, serious inquiries only. We'll schedule a consultation. We'll take from there. It's very simple, people. And that's in less than 15 minutes. With that being said, I'm getting ready to enjoy the rest of my evening. I gave y'all, I think, enough to chew on for today. And these are back-to-back uploads. I'm not tired yet. But I don't want to overload you with too much. So let us pause. Let's cease there. Without further ado, if you have first time viewing this channel, like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification button so every time I drop a video, you won't be left outside the loop. And please, people, and if you have been studying this for years, like about 2 to 5 years, 3 to 5 years, something like that, keep studying. I've been studying this for over 15 years. I learn something new every day. And the reason is because we have to recondition ourselves from a previous experience of 12 years. If you graduated high school, so-called high school, anyway, you have to remove all that shit from your system. Because what you thought you know, you don't know. You see what I'm saying? And you're going to have to reprogram yourself to such an ability to be able to internalize what you're receiving as new. That's why I tell people, constantly study. Constantly. You must reprogram and rewire your thinking. If you're still trying to focus on what the world system says that you've been handed, which was totally baseless in anything, you have to reprogram yourself. As it says in scripture, you know, you can't put new wine in old wineskins, man. You know what I'm saying? You cannot. It's impossible. You cannot put new wine in old wineskins, lest you ruin the wine and the skin be ruined too. So you got to put new wine in new wineskins. In other words, you got to renew your mind and renew your thinking about how you look at and view at the world, and understand that it's a commercial world. Although, yes, we do have sentiments and there are sentient people in the world, we have to understand that the larger majority of this world is based on commerce. And once you understand that basic principle, the rest will follow. Simple as that. So with that being said, people, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Look forward to seeing y'all again. Stay tuned for the content. Love all my subscribers. And even the haters make me greater. I don't even care. But still, all praise due to the Most High for everything. To y'all, be safe out there in that crazy world. I'll see y'all soon. Peace, light, love. Y'all take care. See y'all soon.